Hola, bon dia. Where I'm so used to saying boa tarde and boa noite on this Good Morning Portugal podcast that I nearly did it again. But it's around 8 o'clock on Monday, the 5th of November. Fireworks in the UK. And interestingly, being in a new culture, it's absent of one of the things I grew up with, which is quite weird. Someone did actually ask me if I had a firework night in Portugal, which is so funny, isn't it? Because, of course, it is uniquely British, celebrating the thwarted destruction of Parliament. I guess there's a few people who feel like that still, but they're going to have to make do with just setting off a few fireworks and annoying their neighbours and scaring animals instead. Anyway, that's not what the Good Morning Portugal podcast is about. The Good Morning Portugal podcast has been about our adventure as a family in Portugal, and a great adventure it has been and continues to be here. I made the podcast to share a little bit about that and to give an insight into Portuguese culture, as well as our adventure here and how we engage with that, and some language and vocabulary, a few phrases, a few words. Nothing too spectacular or complicated, but I hope it's been of some use. Today I'm deciding to press the pause button on the podcast. Interestingly, I recorded the many ways of saying goodbye on the last podcast on Saturday. So it's quite fitting, really, that I should say goodbye for now. I'm open to feedback. It's been an interesting experiment. I've really enjoyed doing it, and it started as a radio show. I will do an occasional, probably Good Evening Portugal radio show. Did one last night, tested the new studio, all is working well. I will pause the podcast. I'll make sure everything's available still, though, for eternity, or as good as I can manage along those lines, and I'll get up to date on all the omnibus editions. So if you do want to listen, you'll be able to listen to each week as a potted podcast of all 6 of the previous days, Monday to Saturday's podcasts on the Sunday version. And what will there be? There will be about 10 of those, maybe 9 or 10 omnibus editions if you just want to soak it up all in one go, if you've liked what I've been doing. But that's it really for now. So I should say ate logo, goodbye, and see you in another time and place, rather than ate brev, which would be see you soon, or ate amanhã will not happen. I won't see you tomorrow, certainly for the podcast. But please stay in touch. If I can be of any help to you, as somebody who's interested in being in Portugal, exploring Portugal, setting up a new home in Portugal, we've done quite a lot, jumped through a lot of the hoops. We've got many more hoops to jump through, I'm sure, as we hope to become residents and base our businesses here, and hope to be a positive influence on the community around us here in Portugal. My particular love is the interior, which extends for me to the coast via Aveiro as well. So if I can be of any help at all, at your service. I only wish I knew what that was in Portugal, but go well. Bon dia. Have a great day. Have a great journey here in Portugal, and I look forward to catching up with you some way along the journey. Take care.